Hi everyone, I'm your host Alan and welcome to the brand new episode of Ketchup Season 2. From K-drama, K-entertainment to K-pop, we are more than excited to share tons of topics with all our fans with our brand new September edition. So without further ado, let's dive in. Catch up with the K-content trend, let's
catch up!
So as usual, we've invited a very special guest for this month's catch-up. Please welcome one and only Dina.
Hi, my name is Dina. I'm from Egypt and I've been living in Korea for about 9 years now.
Wow.
And I currently work in K-beauty. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for coming. So working in the K-beauty industry, how does it feel like working in there?
It's great. I mean, I've always been a fan. I love K-beauty products, so it's really nice to kind of be on the other side.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Your makeup looks gorgeous, by the way,
Thank you so
today.
much.
It's on point. I think a lot of Ketchup fans might be interested, but I would like to know how you feel about Korea and how it's similar or different from what you perceive from K-dramas and K-entertainment shows.
Oh, well, I mean, it depends on the drama really, because
Right.
some dramas are really spot on. Like for example, Miseng, where it really shows you old school, kind of traditional office worker life.
Very conventional.
Very
right?
conventional.
Yes.
It's quite dramatic. But then there's also the ones that are kind of kind of lighthearted, so out of this world, and they're definitely very far from reality. but that's what makes them entertaining.
Right,
That's
right.
what makes you want to continue watching.
So with this month's influencer Dina, let's delve into some of the topics for this month. Leading entertainment company CJ's brand new title, nogainnolove, is continuously mesmerizing global fans through its service on Amazon Prime Video. With dubbing in 10 different languages and subtitles in 26 languages, the show has enticed the world with various multiple options. Even the highlight trailer of nogainnolove has been released in dubbed versions along with subtitles, letting viewers from diverse regions enjoy the series easily.
Do you know how to say nice, modest girl in 2 words? Son, Hye, Young. Hye-jun se va a casar. Voy a recuperar todo el dinero que he dado en bodas y a conseguir beneficios y un ascenso. Necesito un marido.
तुम्हें यकीन है तुम्हें पछतावा नहीं होगा पीछे हटने का ये तुम्हारा आखिरी मौका है
Based on these versatile themes, according to Flix Petrol, the show is ranked second on the Amazon Prime Video's global TV show category.
Wow,
Amazing,
that's
isn't
amazing.
it,
Yeah.
Right? So nogainnolove, starring Shimina and Kim Young-dae, is continuously gaining the popularity of K-content, specifically rom-com series, on Amazon Prime Video. Well, let's start off by asking you, Dina, have you ever watched the show, nogainnolove?
I actually haven't watched it yet, but my friends were talking about it because it's so popular, even my friends back home.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm personally a fan of Shimina, so it's definitely on my,
I've seen a lot
to
of
watch list. Yeah.
foreign fans, global fans, love Shimina.
Yeah, she's very beautiful.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So every K-drama is amazing and we try to provide our global fans with magnificent titles as much as possible. But this title specifically is unprecedented since the show has been released on Amazon Prime Video with dubbing for the first time and subtitles simultaneously.
That's
so how do you
amazing.
think about that, Dina?
That's insane, actually, because I personally prefer sub content because I like listening to the actual actors' voices and their feelings.
Right.
And I also I'm usually interested in the language and want to learn it. But I know a lot of my friends actually do like dubbed content more.
Right.
Yeah, I have a friend that was like, I like watching the show and not reading it, and that really gave me a different
Wow.
perspective about how important dubbed shows are.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, a lot of Korean audiences are really familiar with subtitles
Yeah.
instead of dubbings because we quite find it really
Awkward.
awkward,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, when I was living in the United States and Canada, they prefer dubbing content instead of subtitles.
Yeah, especially for anime as well. It started with that.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
yeah.
I think so Dina, so you're from Egypt,
I'm
and
from
I
Egypt.
think you said it right before, but I'm curious on how Egyptian fans perceive those dubbing contents.
Well, Egypt is quite interesting in the fact that it's kind of like the Hollywood of the Middle East.
Right.
There's already a really big industry where there's a lot of domestically produced content that's available in Arabic, so you don't really need subs or dubs. However, when it comes, it really depends. When it comes to English content, they like subbed. They're used to listening to English. But when it comes to, let's say, Indian or like Bollywood movies
Right.
or Turkish, they love dubbed content. It's very
Wow.
popular.
Wow.
When it comes to Korean content though, they
So it's
definitely
like-
like subbed.
So they have some kind of like preference on dubbing.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
subtitles
Especially
simultaneously.
like, for example, Korean content, because there's a lot of K-pop fans.
Uh-huh.
They are so used to listening to Korean, they are actually more willing to watch subbed content.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, I believe the simultaneous provision of both dubbing and subtitles seems to work, you know?
Great options.
And just to let you know, No Gain No Love is also ranked on top 3 on Amazon Prime Video in Egypt. Your
In
country.
Egypt?
Yes.
No way, that
That's
makes me feel
amazing,
kind of
isn't it?
proud.
I know. So following the legacy of Marry My Husband, No Gain No Love has become a global fan favorite, and still being in top 10 on Amazon Prime Video, I really hope No Gain No Love gain a huge amount of success until the end. Leading entertainment company CJ&M hypes up this year's BCWW again, held from August 27th to 29th. BCWW 2024 Broadcast Worldwide 2024, managed by KOR, Korea Creative Content Agency, was filled with diverse experiences such as convention booths, conference sessions, and more. CJ&M also hyped up the venue with tons of energies, from fantastic booth experience showcasing numerous successful titles of this year, combined with innovative designs such as Flex Mirror, to splendid videos presenting multiple upcoming titles. This year's BCWW was a wonderful stage for CJ&M to demonstrate splendorous accomplishments. CJ&M, so once again, participated in one of the biggest content markets in Korea. So it's called BCWW, and I think this might be unfamiliar with you, Dina, because it's more like B2B centered. But this is a perfect place for every content distributor, including CJ&M, to present amazing title lineups to global streaming platforms and solidify partnerships with all of them. So it is also a perfect opportunity to let various global streaming platforms service some of our past and upcoming titles for global fans. So what do you think about that?
I mean, that's great. I didn't know there was like an actual place where, you know,
Yeah.
people like these like entertainment companies and like providers get together and kind of like show all of the
Right.
good titles and content. So it sounds like an amazing opportunity, and I love how it's like slowly, you know, giving the opportunity for these content to kind of spread to global fans.
Such a mindful, such a demure event. So titles such as No Gain No Love and some of your favorites paved their ways through this event. And I also want to talk about our booth experience and conference session. CJ&M also participated and was invited to. So for this year's booth, CJ&M's global marketing team demonstrated Flex Mirror, as I said during my introduction, where it shows some of the beautiful backgrounds from our K-dramas such as Lovely Runner and Queen of Tears from Netflix. And everyone who visited our booth took pictures and had a great time feeling like they were actually in the scene. Would you like to be there also?
Yeah, I would have loved to go, like especially if my favorite K-drama was like I could be in the, you know,
Yeah.
the background of it. That's
Yeah.
so pretty.
Also, CJ&M participated in one of the conference sessions about trending IPs and talked about the global success of Lovely Runner and how it received such a great amount of love from our global fans. So have you ever watched Lovely Runner before?
I haven't watched Lovely Runner either, but like I know this backstory where like, you know, it's kind of one of these dramas where you go back in time and try to fix the timeline,
Yes,
which
yes.
I'm really interested in. And it also has like a high school setting, which is always so
Yes.
fresh and fun. So I think a lot of people are gonna love it.
Just a quick question, like does those kinds of like rom-com series based on like high schools and like, you know, because we do have different cultural backgrounds, right? Does Egyptian fans perceive those content pretty well or like perceive it differently?
High school, I mean, it's always so young and fresh and innocent, so it definitely is very refreshing to watch. I personally sometimes watch it as like my healing content, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's amazing. It was such a blast to participate at this year's BCWW again and present some of our greatest accomplishments this year along with our upcoming title lineups. I wish this year's event could be a motivator for CJ&M's K-content to expand the boundary and be exposed to a lot of global K-content fans out there. Veteran 2 and Harbin, two highly anticipated movies of 2024, both distributed by CJ&M, are invited to the 49th Toronto International Film Festival. Designated as one of the 4 major global film festivals, the Toronto International Film Festival has been considered a pathway for films to make their grand Hollywood debut. Being invited for the special presentation section and the gala presentation section respectively, Veteran 2 and Harbin are constantly writing histories in the Korean film industry. So along with K-drama, Dina, so Korean films are making history by getting invited to the world-renowned film festivals, the Toronto International Film Festival. So how do you feel about that?
That's amazing, actually, because I feel like a few years ago when I was the only one that was like within my my environment that was into Korean content and drama and K-pop.
Yeah.
I always felt like a little bit like outcasted, but now it's just global. It's very normal to like
right?
Yeah, it's becoming mainstream. It's very normal to like Korean movies and dramas. So it makes me feel a little.
So starting off with Veteran 2, the sequel to Veteran, which has accumulated over 10 million viewers so far, is a crime thriller genre film starring Hwang Jung-min and Jung Hae-in as investigators from the Violent Crime Bureau. Jung Hae-in has joined the film as a newbie investigator, and I believe his participation in the movie will deliver a fresh new vibe. So have you ever watched Veteran 1?
I did, yeah,
You
I did. And I'm so excited that Jung Hae-in is joining because I really like his work. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm a
he
fan.
is a model and ambassador of a lot of
Yeah.
K-beauty, companies.
I loved
these
his
days.
other shows as well. They were very popular, and I feel like him joining is gonna make the movie even more popular to the younger
Right.
generation as well.
Much more
He has a lot
fresh.
of fans. Yeah.
I know, he's really handsome, so I'm jealous. So another surprising factor is that Veteran 2 was invited to the midnight screening section of the 77th Cannes International Film
Oh,
Festival
wow.
held in May, proving its well-made production quality and solid storyline acclaimed by global audiences. That's amazing, isn't it, Dean?
That's amazing. Yeah, I
It's
didn't
a
think.
Cannes International Film Festival.
Yeah, and then a midnight screening. That's insane.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, that's not it. Harbin, a historic drama genre film conveying stories of the Korean Independent Army's journey to Harbin, China, to reach their one and only goal in 1909, has also been invited to the Toronto International Film Festival for the gala presentation section. So it will be presented to global audiences as a world premiere for the first time, making its very first global debut. And about Harbin, Cameron Bailey, the CEO, the actual CEO of the Toronto International Film Festival, stated that he is genuinely excited to invite this historical film to the event for the world premiere. So that's amazing, being acclaimed and praised by CEO. Right?
Yeah, they're definitely getting the acknowledgement that they deserve for sure.
We had a private conversation before, but I'm actually from Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah.
And Toronto International Film Festival is one of the biggest film festivals. And as an employee working in CJA&M, and our movies getting recognized by these huge film festivals.
Do you feel a connection?
Yeah, connected guys, very demure, very mindful. So just as K-dramas are receiving global acclaims, Korean films are paving their own ways by being heavily acknowledged by the global film industry. And I truly wish Veteran 2 and Harbin receive every love they deserve and introduce the power of Korean films globally. So that's it for today, Dina, and thank you so much for joining us. Could you briefly share how it felt like joining us today?
Yeah, it was really nice to meet you finally, and it was really nice to talk about all of these amazing works, and I'm super excited to just go home and watch them myself as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
coming.
having me.
Thank you for sharing your insights
Thank you.
from an Egyptian's perspective. But again, thanks so much, Dina, for joining us, and thanks so much to our Ketchup fans for watching the episode. I'm your host, Alan, and we'll come back with some other amazing global news about K-content. Catch up with the K-content trend. Let's
Ketchup!